everyone. Welcome to the Bird's Nest Podcast. I'm Joe Donahue. Thank you so much for joining us. 250 years ago, 56 people gathered at Independence Hall right here in Philadelphia and ratified the Declaration of Independence. This move changed the course of history, and it was celebrated this week in a big way here in the city of Philadelphia this 4th of July. Now, in spite of the scorching heat, which went above 100 degrees a couple of days over the course of this week, lots of people celebrated, coming from all corners of the United States and even from around the world, and we'll get to that in a minute. But this is something that Philly, as usual, took an opportunity to put on a show. And obviously, we had the Wawa Welcome America Festival to kick things off, which started on Juneteenth and featured lots of free museum days, live concerts, so many fun activities going on throughout the city of Philadelphia, all commemorating this important day in American history, the 250th anniversary of the founding of the United States. Now, some of those events did wind up having to get canceled due to the heat, but there were many of them that went on as planned, including the Philly Pops concert with Idina Menzel, which occurred on Thursday evening. The Philly Pops celebrating their 1-year anniversary back as the Philly Pops, and the Philly Pops also celebrating the fact that they are the most resilient orchestra probably in the United States, certainly in the city of Philadelphia. The Wawa Welcome America Festival always attracts so many people, and there's lots to do during it. But given that it was the 250th anniversary of the United States, this city went bigger. Lots of new celebrations were added. Lots of religious celebrations occurred, including for Catholics, the National Eucharistic Pilgrimage, which went all up and down the 13 colonies, arrived in Philadelphia the week of July the 4th, and will culminate tomorrow, July the 5th, with a solemn mass and a Eucharistic procession at the Cathedral Basilica of St. Peter and Paul in Center City. There are thousands of people expected for that. It also featured, speaking of religious liberty, the presentation of the Liberty Medal by the National Constitution Center to Pope Leo XIV, the first American to hold that role. Now, Pope Leo offered some words to the United States and spoke about the ideal of freedom that so many people here in the United States and so many factor into their view of the United States of America.
The path to building a society that would embody those high ideals of liberty and justice for all was not always easy, and in many respects is still a work in progress. Indeed, the effort to realize this vision is one that must be taken up anew in each generation and in the face of ever new challenges. Today, as we look to the future, this historic anniversary presents us with the opportunity to reflect once again on the nation's founding principles in the hope that America will remain ever true to the dream that has earned it the title of Land of the Free and Home of the Brave.
This has also been a crazy week for sports, which is normally pretty dead around this time. You have the Phillies who are still in action, but they're getting ready to go into the All-Star break. But these last few weeks for the city of Philadelphia have seen the city host at Philadelphia Stadium right behind me 6 World Cup matches, including the matchup on July the 4th, a rather fitting matchup for this city. It featured France, the United States of America's first ally, playing Paraguay, who was a bit of an underdog in the round of 32. They were substantially low ranked. They were ranked at 44, but they were able to make it to the round of 32. And they were able to stun Germany in a shootout victory earlier this week to land them in their round of 16 matchup against France. So you could feel the excitement throughout the city. And we're not just talking about in the stadium. Fans were gathering all over. We are here actually at Stateside Live, where there was a watch party for the game. It was crazy. And the excitement only built as it progressed through. Paraguay was able to hold France to a 0-0 tie, a feat in and of itself, given that France was number 3 overall going into this matchup compared to Paraguay being at number 44. Paraguay's 0-0 tie led to a lot of excitement among the Stateside Live fans that I saw.
history. We're gonna beat France and we're gonna fuck them up. Trust me. Good to see you. I love you.
Vamos, Paraguay. Es el mejor equipo del mundo. No, Francia no tiene nada.
But France would not be held down. And in that second half, after the first half, 45 minutes, in the second half, France was able to secure the first and what would wind up being the only goal of the game, almost 70 minutes in. France held on through 10 minutes of added time to secure the 1-0 victory over Paraguay to make it to the World Cup quarterfinal. The game was also an emotional roller coaster for French fans, given how late the victory came.
I was pretty stressed. I was holding in the whole first half. Like, my heart was beating. I was really nervous, but we're ready. 1-2. We're coming for the third. I would say first half was a little nervous, but I wasn't too bad. I knew first half was always shaky. I knew with the heat it was going to be troublesome for them, but all we needed was one chance, and that penalty was perfect for us. That's all you need.
Stateside Live was completely taken over by World Cup fever here as fans cheered on their team. But World Cup fever isn't just happening throughout the sports complex. Throughout the 39 days of the World Cup, fans were treated to the only free fan festival in the United States right here in Philadelphia over in Fairmount Park. Lots of fun activities populated at the festival, and it's still going on. You still have plenty of time. It's going to be running throughout the entirety of the World Cup, and it featured all kinds of matches, including Team USA's first victory in the knockout rounds since 2002, which again, talk about crazy. And those watch parties at the fan festival are just as electric as being at the stadium itself. But for fans around the world, there is a lot about Philly to like.
It's beautiful. I live in Canada now. I was 3 years ago, and first time in Philly. It is beautiful. All the celebrations is insane. It's awesome.
Now, throughout these days as well, we've also seen incredible displays of sportsmanship, and that kind of makes sense because sports does have that power to unite the world. Fans on opposite sides of the game were congratulating each other, coming together in the end as they would come away with a victory or a loss, congratulating them on their achievements. For a long time, Philadelphia has been vying to be the center of the sports world, especially in this 250th year. And that absolutely came true on this 4th of July. So it's only fitting, given what we celebrate, that the eyes of the world turn to Philadelphia to celebrate this momentous milestone. On the field, everyone is equal. Sports couples personal achievement with the direction that you move in together as a team. That hard work, determination, and grit can get you far, and there is no limit. And you play by the rules, and you work hard, and you can go far. In many ways, these mirror the values of the United States. The nation has so many great things about it. And it also has the promise that the work isn't finished. The American dream is all about that same hard work and determination. That if you work hard and play by the rules, you can have a better life for your family and for those who are going to come after you. And you'll leave this place better than you found it. So it's fitting that today sports take a center stage, since we commemorate today what happened 250 years ago. How 56 people gathered in a different section of this city declared that the 13 colonies that they represented were no longer subject to the British Empire, but they were free and independent states. It was a gutsy move for them. Great Britain was the most powerful nation on earth at the time. It led to years of war to earn its independence. A true underdog story for the United States at the time. It led to another war shortly thereafter, and it charted a new course for the nation when the underdog was able to take out the heavy favorite. This course was one that allowed people to, as Pope Leo told us, choose the good. It had a major impact on the world today, that for the first time, people chose self-governance and the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness over what had been done before. These ideals, for the first time, became ensconced when 56 people put pen to paper and pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. So happy birthday to the United States of America. Congratulations to France, as they came away with the victory on this July 4th matchup here in Philadelphia. And there's still plenty more of excitement to come for fans of the World Cup, with the fan festival continuing through the end of the World Cup festivities. But let me know what you think in the comments below. And thank you so much to everyone for tuning into the Birds Nest Podcast. You can support the Birds Nest Podcast by liking and subscribing to Birds Nest Media right here on YouTube, as well as by sharing to your social media pages. You can also find us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify, the Odyssey app, iHeartRadio, pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts. Please visit birdsnestmedia.com for additional Eagles and NFL coverage. And if you feel so inclined to do so, you can support Birds Nest Media either through our Patreon page in the link below or by joining the YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, happy birthday to the United States of America. And as always,
Go Birds!